How many know what a cistern is in here today? Good. That's good. That's too many young people that know what a cistern is, but I can remember growing up and we had a cistern. We had a well, and there was also a cistern there that would collect the rainwater off the roof, so that when we ever needed extra water, it was always there in the cistern, and the water was collected at that. And God gives us this example about cisterns that we've used. He is the fountain of living waters. He is the way, He's the truth, and He's the life. Listen, He knows what He's talking about. He created the world. He created man. He has a plan of salvation. Heaven is waiting on us. He's got a plan. He knows how it works. And He is the fountain of living waters, yet there are times in our life that we'll hew for ourselves cisterns. We'll make cisterns. And if we don't take care of those cisterns, and they crack and they break and they leak, when we need the water that's in there, we go, and there's nothing there. We've had the thought all along, well, we've got a cistern. We've got some extra here. We've got some more power. We've got some more experience. We've got some more possibilities and opportunities. They're in the cistern, and we go and we look and we check and we find out they're broken, and they can hold nothing that we put in them. I want to look today about numbness. You know, when you go to the doctor and you have some work done on your teeth and he gives you that shot of Novocaine, you can't feel a thing after that. Feel a shot there, don't you? Then you get your shot, you're numb. It's numbness. Or you sit on the couch and you're watching TV, you've got your leg crossed underneath you, and you don't even know it, but all of a sudden you jump up and take a step. It's like it's not even there. It becomes numb. There's no feeling there. There's no reality there. And there's a numbness that if we don't watch out, if we're not very careful, that can creep in to God's people today. A numbness. We've been there and we've done it so long that we become numb to the reality of God, the splendor of God, the power of God, the way, the truth, and the life of God. We just become numb to it. And that routine. Listen, when I talked about the heritage of Boyce, and it's the truth, and it's up and down. But I'm going to tell you what Boyce is tomorrow, you can't build it on the heritage from yesterday. You have to build your own heritage beginning today. There has to be a voice when your children's children are in East Liverpool. There has to be a voice in the middle of the wilderness. There's got to be a place that preaches salvation in the blood of Jesus Christ. And this is that very place. And if we allow ourselves and our church to become numb, then we lose that tradition. We lose that heritage. The people that in churches that we're in up and down the valleys will have revival, or we'll just preach a mission service now, or people say, I remember when. I can tell you how it used to be. Well, listen, it's how it needs to be now. This is God's house. We're God's people. We're to dominate the land that we live in. We're to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're to live in His power. We're to be able to walk with our heads high, unashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, knowing that we know the truth and we know the way. Oh, what a heritage. Hey, with that heritage comes a responsibility. Boyce United Methodist Church. Now I want to look at how we can grow numb, and we'll look at 5 ways. We're going to look at how we can be physically numb and relate that to being spiritually numb. And the first one is, let's talk about our eyesight. I can remember being in Africa for the very first time. And the very first time that I went there, we landed in Nairobi. I was in Kenya the first time. And we got on, we rented a little old car that took us as far as they would, and then we got an old thing that looked like a Jeep and went on it for a while, and then finally walked in the rest of the way to where we started our ministry in the bush in Kenya. And I can remember and there were all these animals. You just pass it, and you'd be driving down the road, and there were giraffes. And there's hippopotamus and lions, and you'd see all these different animals, and I'm just amazed at this. We're not up to the Pittsburgh Zoo. We're out right there. There's no cages, and here they are. And monkeys, I could sit and watch them forever. And they would look at me, watch the monkeys. I would just be looking at them, amazed at these things, And they were saying, hey, what's the big deal? I can remember after one crusade, we went down to the river to baptize. We went in a village there, had a crusade for a week, and there was about 150 that gave their life to the Lord. We were down the river baptizing. Went down the river to baptize. I walk out and here they've got these branches out in the river, and they're slapping the water. Now, in Africa, you meet some strange traditions, some things that are tribal in nature, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, maybe this is one of those. Now, I asked one of the other ministers there, I said, listen, and he was a Kenyan, and I said, what's going on with the slap in the water? He said, don't worry. They do that so they keep the crocodile away while you're baptized. So when you see these animals, you're just amazed when you look. But they have seen it so many times. I mean, it would be like them coming to America. They've never seen an ice cube, never seen a commode, never seen a light switch. And they would be amazed if they saw those things. But you see it for so long, you get so used to it. And if it's something new, it excites you and you're thrilled about it and you want to explore it, you want to take it all in. Remember when you first got saved? If you're saved, wave at me if you're saved this morning. You remember how it was when you first got saved. I mean, you were on fire. I mean, everything that happened, everything that took place, I mean, it was part of your walk with God. You didn't do anything without praying, and you were excited. Everybody you met, you had to tell them of what you found that they don't have, and it was and then over the years, I remember when I was in high school, and this will give my age away a little bit. My wife's much younger than I am. But listen, I can remember going to see a movie. It's okay if I see a movie? Okay. I went and saw a movie, and at that time it was like the scariest movie, and it was called Jaws. Okay, now that's nothing now, I know, but it used to be. I mean, I remember going and sitting in a theater and watching, and the first time that this giant shark come out of the water with his head as big as this room and ate somebody, I jumped clear up out of my seat. And then as the movie went on, I would still yell but I didn't jump up. And now you can watch the reruns for the 200th time on TV, and it's nothing. I mean, we're just so used to seeing it, we become numb to the thrill of it. Yeah, I ask you today, when's the last time that you saw someone saved? When's the last time that you saw someone receive a miracle? When's the last time you saw hands laid on someone at the altar and them healed? When's the last time you saw demons cast out? When's the last time? And we go through life and we don't see these things, and pretty soon we think, that's normal. It's not normal. I mean, there is nothing boring about living your life for Jesus Christ. There's nothing boring about being a man of God, a woman of God, bought by the blood of Jesus Christ, filled with the power of His Spirit. It's only an adventure. And we should be excited. We should expect to see these things. And we can't allow ourselves to become in a rut and routine.